Kevin from Milwaukee, Wisconsin said, simple question, what are your favorite Big Ten stadiums? Somewhat incomplete here because I haven't been to all of them. Let me pull this list up. I had all the Big Ten stadiums pulled up. Okay, so the Big Ten has like 40 teams now. I have not been to Wisconsin, unfortunately. I have not been to Rutgers, Maryland, and Purdue. Have not been there. Strangely, I haven't been to USC, but many of these places I have been. I went to my first Nebraska game this past year. Loved the setup at Nebraska. Was, I guess, kind of surprised at how updated the facilities are because that's a very old stadium. So they've done a lot of work, a lot of renovation. They're at Will Compton Memorial Stadium, I think is the name of Nebraska Stadium. So I liked that. Now, let me tell you, maybe the way I look at it's a little bit different than the way you would look at it. Like if you buy a ticket to one of these places, what you care about is you care about parking. We all care about parking. You care about concessions, bathroom accessibility, how cramped is the seating, how good are the sight lines. If you buy an upper deck ticket, how good's the view from up there? That sort of thing. Logistically, is it easy enough to get in and get out? Now, fortunately for me, I get to have a different list. So the parking, egregious, they give us egregiously good parking, ridiculous. Especially in the Big Ten, they give us parking way better than we should have. I think we should have to park in another area code. Don't tell people I said that. But we get good parking, so I don't think about that so much. Obviously, we're there before the gates open, so getting in and getting out's not a problem. But me, if I'm covering the game, I always tell our friends in the SID's office, don't waste spots in the press box for me. I want to be on the field. And we're blessed enough that they let us do that. So we're on the field for games. All right, so what I want is I want a great environment. I want room on the sideline, but also it's really awesome when there isn't room on the sideline. Like I've been to Oklahoma very recently. Oklahoma and Oklahoma State for that matter, there's virtually no room on the sidelines. Well, that means the crowd's closer. That means it's a very intimate setting. The only downside for someone like me, and this is a first world problem, is you can't go from one end zone to the other because there's no room behind the benches to to walk. So you have to go like all the way up a ramp, down the concourse, all the way back down. Anyway, that's not your problem. That's my problem. But I'm thinking about it in terms of the places that I like my favorite stadiums.
Hey guys, do me one favor. Check and see if you're subscribed to the channel. If you are, great. If you're not, it's that easy. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't sign you up for anything. It just helps us do the show this way forever. All right, back to the clip.
So in the Big Ten, Penn State is one that I always look forward to going to. Now, the thing about Penn State is it does not matter what time of day the game kicks off. You've just got to dedicate a whole day because it is by far the toughest place to get in and out of all the big venues, all the big campi that we go to. But that's okay. But it's a day. It's a whole day. And the whiteout being a primetime game, I was up there for the whiteout a few years ago. It's great. It's wonderful. Just understand you're checking in the hotel about 3 a.m. if you're lucky. I think last time I went there, I was flying out of Pittsburgh at 5:30 in the morning. I went from the stadium to the airport and did not sleep at the airport or anything like that. I just kind of got there and that was pretty much how long it took. So, but Penn State's awesome. And the accessibility, like you can get to your room underneath the stadium pretty quickly. But the two that I have liked the most that I only sort of semi recently got to visit was Oregon, because Oregon's awesome in terms of environment, fairly easy enough to get in and out of. The architecture's way different. It's extremely loud. It's deceptively loud. And the place where like I would have all my stuff is just right off the field. I mean, it's like 10 steps off the field. It's right up a little tunnel. So that's good. Washington is another one. I've only been there once. Only been to one game at Washington. It was 2 years ago. It was the Oregon game. But Washington has everything I could want. Washington has bathroom accessibility right off the field, media room accessibility right off the field, insane environment, insane views. It looks like a screensaver up there. Just everything's gorgeous. Everything's 10 of 10. Someone needs to tell Jed Fish I said this, by the way. So, because we're not ranking programs here. If we're ranking settings in the Big Ten, There aren't many at all that are above Washington. Now, as for the older places, so Michigan, very historic, love it. No complaints about Michigan. The only thing there is, yeah, you're going to have to go a little ways if you need to get to a bathroom or get to warmth, which some of us who grew up in the South need. Is it soft? Yeah, it is. I'm soft when it comes to weather. I'm soft. I don't know what to tell you. And you're going to have to go up that tunnel, which burns the glutes. It burns the quads, which is okay, but it's going to be there. So it's going to take you a couple of minutes if you need to get up there. Ohio State is probably the biggest difference in doing what I do versus doing what I would do if I bought a ticket. If I bought a ticket, I'd love everything about the shoe. I'm not saying I hate anything about the shoe as is. The difference is I don't know how to describe this. I love amenities, but I love for them to look like they were built in 1638. I hate new looking college football stadiums. I'm very weird about that. So I will grant you that I'm probably in the minority. You should never build a stadium with me in mind. But I love old, functional, old. I love that. So at Ohio State, it's just kind of if you picture, I don't know which north or south, I don't know which end zone it is, but the end zone that's flat, not the one that's curved, the end zone that's flat, the non-horseshoe portion of the stadium. Underneath those lower bleachers, like where the band is, that's where you would go if you're like a field media photographer or something like that. And those are most of the time the areas that I put my stuff. I don't know how else to say this. It's just kind of there. There's not really anything romantic about it. There are a couple of porta potties in there that over the span of 4 quarters, you could imagine do a number on the overall ambiance of that very confined space. And it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it, but it just lacks the sort of Roman Colosseum tunnel romanticism that you would have at some other places. But I love going there because pregame in the press box, no one does it in the Big Ten like Ohio State does it. Love it. They got McDonald's up there, and I don't mean Big Macs. I mean they got the like the iced coffee and stuff like that, which I only get when I go to Ohio State because I don't really go fast food a whole lot. Chick-fil-A doesn't count as fast food. Michigan State, surprisingly, I was a big fan of. Michigan State is one of those programs I keep sitting here waiting to get good again. So we have reason to go up there, just like Wisconsin. I haven't even been able to cover a game at Wisconsin, which I hate saying, but it is a reality. So data is incomplete on that one. Who else am I missing? UCLA. Actually, I have been to a UCLA game. It was a couple of years ago. It was the USC game. It's the Rose Bowl. Love the Rose Bowl. You will never have me speak ill of the Rose Bowl. Although, ironically, if you go back to what I was talking about, how there's a big difference between covering a game somewhere and attending a game somewhere, apparently the Rose Bowl is that. And that's why I always hesitate. Like Klatt will wear the Rose Bowl hat and he'll just sit there and he'll plant the flag and he'll say, "We need the national title game in the Rose Bowl every year." And I don't push back on it. Like it's an idea I can get on board with. The only reason I pause, the only reason I don't make it part of my platform or whatever, is because I always hear from fans, no, the Rose Bowl is very overrated. You guys in media, you don't have to experience what we experience. The amenities are very much out of date. The seats cramped. It's impossible to get in and out of there. And those things are true, and I don't have to deal with those. So I just get to go out there and experience, the vibe of the Rose Bowl without the reality of it. So I don't really know that I can even answer that. I mean, I went to the Rose Bowl as a fan, but I was a kid when I went out there. So like as a full-grown adult, I haven't had to sit like this next to a couple of strangers for 4 quarters. So maybe I would feel different. I don't know. Next up would be, let's see, we got Ohio State. Have not been to Minnesota. Oh, here's the one. Iowa. I haven't been to a game at Iowa, and that's pretty bad. Got to get to a game at Iowa. Thought we were going to get up there last year. I can't remember what happened. Plans changed at the last minute. But I got to go to a game at Iowa because I don't think this list is complete. Like some of these other teams have sucked, and that's why we haven't been there. Iowa's been pretty good.